Hey guys, this is Melissa Zad for Into Boxing, and I am delighted to be joined by none other than Umar Khan. How are you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. So we're a few days away from the scales, a few days away from fight night. How are you feeling in general?
I'm good. I'm looking more forward to the skills right now than the fight, but that's part of the process, you know. But I'm excited, ready to go.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, having the weigh-in the day before, because it's like most boxers are probably in the trenches of making weight right now, so they've kind of just got their eye on the number, being able to hydrate and eat afterwards. So it's kind of like the focus is there, and then in the background you've got fight night brewing as well. So how are you feeling about the first meal after weigh-in?
To be honest with you, like you have all these like ideas of what you're gonna eat in your head and stuff, but by the time you drink like a bottle of water, it's all gone. You forget about it. You feel like normal again. So like it's nice. It's a nice feeling because like you weigh in, then you have like 36 hours obviously to recover and stuff, and look forward to the fight.
What do you generally eat after a weigh-in?
I always keep it clean because like, if you go crazy and stuff, like some fighters I know, like they eat really bad and stuff, but I feel like that just affects your performance, like on fight night. You know, so I'd rather just wait an extra day, keep it clean, and then obviously after the fight you can enjoy it.
So in terms of keeping it clean, are we talking like brown rice, chicken, some vegetables, that kind of thing?
Nando's chicken and Nando's rice. That's it.
Nando's is still good though, right? It's like a treat.
Exactly.
And then after fight night, you know, what's your go-to like meal? Like let's say a couple days after fight night, it's gone, the adrenaline settled, whatever. You know you're not in a camp. What is your go-to meal?
To be honest with you, like I always have like an idea of what I'm gonna eat, but I never end up eating. I never, because like after the fight, like with the adrenaline and everything, like you don't feel like you lose your appetite and stuff. So I don't really eat much, to be honest with you.
I like how diplomatic you kept that. I was trying to draw you out, like waiting for you to be like pizza or burgers, but you just kept it 100. I like that. So let's talk a little bit about how your fight camp has gone. Tell me a little bit about, you know, your opponent, what you're expecting, how your fight camp has gone. Talk me through it.
Yeah, so the fight camp was great. So I live and train out in Spain, so it's a lot, like the weather's nice out there, the training's hard, it's nice. And the opponent, it's a bit of a step up this time. Angel Gomez, he's from Nicaragua, and it's my first 6-rounder, so I'm really looking forward to it and just putting on a good performance, really, that's it.
Do you feel that the sort of temperature in Spain kind of improves your conditioning?
Yeah, 100%, because like here it's hot right now, but you don't know what it's going to be like next week. There is like pretty much hot all year round. So, and another thing, it makes the weight a lot easier as well, because obviously you sweat more and you lose a lot more weight during your session, so it's nice.
In terms of it being your first 6-rounder, what are your thoughts and feelings about it? Like, are you feeling kind of nervous about seeing how those extra couple of rounds are going, or are you just looking forward to putting on a performance over a longer period of time? What's your thoughts?
To be honest with you, I'm really looking forward to it because every time I fight, I enjoy it and I kind of don't want it to end. So like now that I've got an extra 2 rounds, it's more time, and 100% exactly like you said, more time to showcase what you do. And then also with the 4-rounders, they kind of like really fast paced, so you don't really have time to do what you really want to do and what you've been learning, because you just got to get over and done with. But I feel like with the 6-rounders, it's more of like a real boxing match.
So obviously, you know, it goes 4-rounder, 6-rounder, 8-rounder. When can we expect to see you stepping up for an 8-rounder?
So obviously where I'm still young, I'm kind of just going slowly, but whenever my manager, Andy, feels like the time is right. But for me, I feel like probably maybe the back end of next year, I'd like to get, because obviously I'm only 20, so I'd like to get like 2 more in this year, 2 more 6-rounders, then probably 2 more like next year also, and then towards the end of next year, hopefully an 8-rounder.
Do you know what? I really respect your patience, because I know a lot of boxers are kind of just looking to step through the gears and get up to like 8-rounders, 10-rounders, etc. But there is something to be said about taking your time and developing, especially when you're only 20 years old. Is that something that's very important to you?
Yeah, 100%, because at the end of the day, like with not just life, but with my career also, I feel like it should be a marathon and not a sprint, because you know, I want to be here for a long time. I want to make money. I want to develop in the right time. And I want to be here for a long time. Like it's a long-term plan, not like a short-term plan. So you have to be careful because like it's not a joke. Do you know what I mean? So you have to be careful.
Tell me a little bit about your amateur boxing background. What did you have much of an amateur boxing background?
Yeah, so I had about 28 fights. I won one national title, but I didn't really. I fought everyone, so I gained like experience. Like I fought like European champions, English champions. I fought all over, all people from all around the world. So I did gain a lot of experience in a short time, but that's not really experience you can bring into the pro game because it's completely different. Like when you get hit with an 8-ounce glove compared to when you get hit with a 12-ounce glove with a head guard on, like it's a completely different story. So now I feel like I'm kind of just learning on the job. That's why I kind of want to take things slowly.
It's interesting. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Like it is a different sport. The scoring is different. The pace is different. The round numbers are different, etc. However, I would argue with you, not argue, debate with you, that although there's big differences in terms of glove size, pace, whatever, you would still have gained the experience of kind of like your reflexes or what to expect. You're not going to be ever faced with anything. Maybe you would be, but it's very unlikely you're going to be faced with something you've never seen before.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, of course, you learn like what it's like to go into a fight, what it's like to train for a fight, what it's like to make weight, for example. But like, it's different because like when you box, like you go into an arena full of thousands of people. Sometimes you're on TV, like there's a lot of pressure on your shoulder. And like with the amateurs, if you lose, you can come back again and fight the next week. But like now, like with professional boxing, the way it is, if you lose that, it's very hard to come back from it. So I feel like there's a lot more pressure and it's a lot more, I don't want to say serious because I don't want to take anything away from the amateurs. It's also serious, but it's like your life. Like with professional boxing, it's your life because you're doing it to earn a living also, do you know what I mean? So it's your life and it's like your career.
There's a lot more at stake.
Yeah, exactly, a lot more at stake.
That's so interesting. I had thought about that aspect of it before, but you really put that into perspective. Like, I was just thinking about the fight itself, but actually there's so much outside of the fight itself, as you say, the pressure, the TV, the lights, everything that goes into it. So that's got to have an impact on your mental, right?
Exactly. It's like, for example, with amateur boxing, you're not doing interviews and like press conferences and all of that stuff and like day before weigh-ins and stuff. So it's a lot different. It's a lot different.
That's really, really interesting. I'm going to think more about that. Thank you, Umar. So in terms of, you've said you're hoping to get out again before the end of the year. Did you say once or twice? Twice. When can we expect to hear from you again?
So after this, I'd like to get out again, hopefully in September or October, and then one before the end of the year, like before Christmas, and that's it. That's the plan.
Staying active, I like it.
Yeah, because I want to kind of like with my career, I don't feel like I've had like momentum. It's always been like I fought like every 3 months, 6 months, and now 7 months. So it would be nice to get a bit of momentum. Man.
Yeah, definitely. Like make sure that you're kind of always frequenting the ring. You're very comfortable in that space as you're building your career. It's super important. I really, really love kind of your perspective on the sport and also like your focus. You're clearly a very focused young person. So I wish you all the best, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you perform on Saturday night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.